Hey guys, hope we're all well. Yeah, Merry Wickmas, everybody. Hope you had a great Wickmas. Just look what we had going on here today. So yeah, we had our first push up to the 9,500 mark in this little trend. Obviously, um, capturing a lot of buy orders that were set above these three wicks here. Um, and then obviously they decided to slam them back down and stop them all out. So we actually got down to I think 9,050ish, 9,050. Yeah. So from exactly 9,500 to 9,050, that was it was a $450 wick. So that is pretty crazy. And then there you go. And then now we're currently trading above the top of that wick. So that's Bitcoin for you. That is the Wild West. That is BTC Bitmex trading. And yeah, so there you go. But yeah, so I did have some orders down there to take. So I'm still working the short position. This is sort of how I trade a counter trend position where I'm thinking it's topping out. I will sell some levels, and then every like $100 or $200 below some of the sells, I'll then take some of the position off and then put orders into re-add, take them off. So I've been re-adding and taking off this position, and so I did have some orders. Not all the way down here, but I had some orders around, obviously not obviously, but I had some orders at the bottom of this wick here, so I had some at 9,200 to take some off, and then obviously then put the orders in to add them back on, to add the position back on, but obviously we had quite a fast move, so that did work out in my benefit. So I didn't really put the orders in instantly, so I then did get some quite good prices for the what I took off at 9,200. So yeah, still working the short position. Again, going against my DMT, obviously it's still saying we're still in the buy, and we're not closed, we've not got under this candle yet. So yeah, we'll see what happens there. But other than that, there isn't a lot to update you guys on this the 10-minute DMT. I mean that all the time frames are going to be bullish now. Green, the 30-minute, the 1 hour, the 2 hour, the 4 hour is, where is it? Here we go, the 4 hour, the 8 hour, 8 hour bullish, 12 hour bullish, and the daily is it? Yeah, the daily is still bullish, yeah, but it's obviously the daily, it takes a lot to take us out of this trend. I mean, the daily went bullish at 4,900, so wouldn't we all love to be long 4,900 Bitcoin right now, or $4,900 with our open position? But yeah, so if we go back to the 15-minute chart, yeah, so that's that. So not too much to report there. Obviously this was just a wick, didn't stay under, and yeah, so I did want to show you guys some I do actually trade oil as well. I mean, I've got it on here. I often have the oil, the OVX up, which is it's like the VIX for oil. Obviously the VIX is the VIX for the SPY, for the S&P 500. So the OVX is the VIX for oil. But yeah, so so we have a look at the rest of these. So this is the FTSE, FTSE 15-minute DMT. So we had this sell signal coming on the 27th, of which obviously we did come down quite a bit. So I mean that is quite a big move for the FTSE. So yep, and then obviously went back up to the break even. So you would have taken some profits at the letter on here, and then you would have then had your break even stop. And then yeah, look, we're still going lower in that. We had a buy trade, but that wasn't too good a buy trade. We had a sell, which wouldn't have got you out and would have probably got you some profits. I mean to be honest, this hasn't been trading too well on DMT. The volatility settings are probably not the best suited for this. But yeah, so a buy here, that would have been a profitable trade for you. A sell here, so you would have had opportunities to get out of profit of this trade. Yeah, great buy here. Yeah, great buy here, and that's at the start of December. So I don't want to go back too far back in this, but yeah, that's that. So then we go to the DAX. The DAX here, it similarly is not the greatest trading asset for this, to be honest, but yeah, sell here, and then we'd actually hit the profit. But again, remember, 2% move in the DAX is quite a big move, more than it is in BTC, put it that way. And then yeah, we're having a bit of a rally now. Yep. And then yeah, so we had a sell here, but that you would have obviously you would have got stopped out of this. We did gap up, obviously. I have a habit of saying obviously, but yeah, we would have gapped up, so you would have to get out of that position around there. And then we didn't have the greatest buy here either, so, and then we didn't have the greatest sell there. But you can see, because these markets close, this isn't a futures market. I trade this. This is basically the S&P E-mini futures contract, but it's a futures contract and it's open. It's open most of the time. It has a slight break in trading on some exchanges, but it does pretty much trade most of the time. So this is what I will trade for stocks usually. So, but yeah, and so in this we did have a sell, so you would have taken some profits and broke even. We had a buy, so you potentially would have taken some profits, but then I would have been putting my stop towards break even on this. And then a great sell here, a buy that wasn't the best buy. That equates to the same buy that we did look at in the DAX as well. A sell here, a buy here, but yeah, so there we go with that. And then the Dow Jones Industrial Average. A lot of these are going to be relatively similar. So we had the sell, which was a good sell. Yeah, obviously a gap open down there. A buy, and that would have been a great buy. This sell would not have been a good sell. And this buy similarly, you may have got out some before this close, but yeah, you would have obviously gapped down here. Yeah, buy round about where this buy was. That's actually a 2% move, so yeah, the buy here, and then that's a pretty good trade. The sell, that's a decent trade. The buy, yep, so that's the Dow. What else was we going to look at? Oh yeah, sorry, we're going to look at some commodities as well, because this is oil, which I do trade a lot using this indicator. Yeah, so oil has been trading pretty well. It's been trending. It's obviously been having big moves up and big moves down, so trending basically. So we had a great sell here, and then a profit. We did have a bit of a buy, and then not really too much going on here. You would have every opportunity to either take some profit and then put your stop loss at break even in that one. And then we had obviously this fantastic sell here. Around 58, which I mean, you could have run as long as you basically wanted to, really. That's just a case of how much money do you want to make. That is obviously a massive move in oil. Let me just I'll tell you what that was. From the actual sell signal to the low is a 10% move, and 10% move in yeah, in an asset that's only well, at the moment only around $50, $52 is a big move. And then if we look around here, a buy would have got you I mean, 100 ticks in oil, you definitely take some profit. You can take half your position off at 100 ticks. That's pretty much how I do it. 100 ticks, take half off, run the other half. So that literally just made the 100 ticks. A sell here, but that unfortunately would have been a stop out, and a buy, which would have been a stop out as well. But you can see when you get the moves in oil, you get some really good moves. So we got a good sell signal here, and then would have taken some off and then ran the rest. So that was another great one. A sell up here will give you every chance to get out, and then flip to a buy. I'm not sure, and this may have been, that was yeah, the markets were open now. This was obviously the attack on the embassy. It wasn't on the embassy, was it? It was on some of the forward bases, wasn't it? in Iraq. But yeah, so that was obviously where we topped out here, around that 65. But yeah, markets were open then. I was trading this. I actually took this opportunity to get out some of my a long oil trade, and then I also had some short S&P E-mini contracts that I got out when we had a dip. We had a dip to like about 3,100 and just under 80, I think it was, top of my head. When was it? 8th of January. Let me just have a look at this. Next is ES, 8th of January. 8th of January. Yeah, 3,180. Yeah, because I knew that was pretty much the level where I saw. I must have pretty much low tick that market. So, yeah, so that was good. Yeah, sorry, where am I going now? What was I looking at? Back to commodities. Yeah, gold and silver. I trade gold mainly to the long side. I do. Yeah, hold that to the long side, but I trade silver more because silver just has more volatility around the same ranges. So I just find it's a better asset to trade. So if I show you some of the fantastic silver trades that DMT has been getting us in, a great buy there, and then that's so that will be a 2% move, but also a profit anyway. A sell there, great move. A buy there, great move. Sell there, you made money on this trade, you didn't lose money. Buy there, you didn't lose money on this trade. A sell there, you may have lost a little bit, maybe, but you had probably about break even. Buy here, maybe lost a bit on this, depending on whether you got out on some of the initial move. A sell, would have done alright in that trade. A buy, a profit, a sell. Yeah, you would have there or thereabouts. You would have got out something. I mean, because if we look at what this move is from here in silver, that's nearly a 1% move. So, yeah. So a buy here, then that's 2%. A sell there, so you would have got out of this. You wouldn't have stayed short this when we started to go back up again. A buy and a profit, a sell and a buy. It's pretty much not much going on there. And the same again, sort of win one of those sort of chop zones. Again, sell, you would have lost some money on this trade. And a buy, then a 2% profit. A sell, then a 2% profit. This buy you'd have flicked a sell and got the profit. A sell, you wouldn't have lost money on this trade. You would have only made money. A buy and then profit. So as you can see, silver is a good asset for to trade DMT on, to trade with the DMT indicator. You can see that's a lot of profitable trades, a lot of break-even scratch trades, maybe a tiny bit of profit, and very few losing trades. So I mean, that's what you have to do when you've got an indicator or a style. You have to find the assets that do trade well for you with that, with the indicator or your trading style or how you like to trade. So silver and oil are two assets that I trade. Silver, oil, S&P. Obviously Bitcoin too. Nat gas as well. Nat gas is like, I don't know if any of you guys, what sort of trading notification updates you get, but I'm always getting nat gas up 2%, nat gas down 2%, nat gas up 2%. I mean, it moves basically. Sell profit there. A buy, you wouldn't have got much out of that. A sell profit. A buy, which, I mean, on here you're buying up there, but I don't have these automated to trade, so I will be watching obviously watching the chart patterns, and I'll be looking to obviously trade the breakout on that. So I was in this trade. When was it? It wasn't long. Yeah, I'd say it wasn't long ago. And then a sell, you would have gotten profit out of that. A buy, you would have got profit out of that. Sell and a buy here, not the greatest ones there, and then we had a great sell over here. Like a fantastic sell. Sell here, or whatever point you did actually hit the sell on that. I think I was selling just under this support here, so I think I was selling around here. But yeah, so that was great. I mean, that's great trade basically. What can I say? sell on a profit. I mean, this is a good trade. That's a 2% move. I mean, so you can see what sort of a move that is. Yeah, so bit of a chop zone again, but still good moves. So yeah, you can see with nat gas as well. I don't trade nat gas too much, to be honest, because I trade oil mainly. So, but yeah, I do put positions on more when I have other confluence with other things that I'll look at, like chart patterns, support and resistance levels. Like often if we were like in a period of low volatility, so when we look like we're going to break out of that, or we've been in that for a while, then I will look to take a position in that gas. So so there we go. I think I've gone through the full everything really. I've gone through all the, not in this video, but in the past few videos, I've gone over a lot of the other crypto markets, crypto pairs, the BTC pairs as well, not just the USD pairs. We've gone over some Forex pairs, which I actually don't trade, but we did see in the last video that they work really well for. We went over some equities that I do trade with it, and we've gone over a few other things that I trade with it as well, so a few commodities and a few indices as well. So yeah, so I mean, I think if you're running, if you're not taking too much risk on any individual position, you're spreading your trades out, doing the right trades with the right risk management over multiple markets. I mean, you can see how this is definitely a winning strategy. This is definitely a way to make a good living from trading. I mean, this is what I do. This is my job. So obviously I'm deep into crypto too. But yeah, but my background is in trading government bonds for a hedge fund, literally up until 2008, so up until the financial crisis. And then since then I sort of went my own way, trading my own book, trading other people's friends and family's money and stuff. So remember, none of this is financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. Always consult your financial advisor before making any investments. Bitcoin at the moment is going over 9,500, looking strong. Yeah, markets are rebounding. I don't know what the Fed said. Obviously we've got the Fed minutes now, I think. So yeah, so that's obviously rallying us a bit. We obviously had FOMC yesterday. So I think 2020 is going to be, for traders especially, and for momentum traders, which obviously DMT is a momentum trading indicator. It's going to be great. I think there's going to be a lot of volatility. I mean, people are definitely underestimating what the impacts the elections are going to have, because Trump isn't 100% guaranteed, and then if you have to factor in even a 5% risk of a socialist like Bernie Sanders getting in, what he could potentially do to the stock markets, or stock markets will do in reaction to him being elected, and then obviously then to price that in, you factor in 5% chance of that happening, so 5% of whatever that potential move would be, which would be disastrous. I think that definitely sets us up for some volatility. And one thing I've learned is not just about the markets, but I've learned a lot in the markets, but life in general. You always got to expect the unexpected. It's in hindsight, you always look back and say consensus definitely wasn't that, and then it just changes. Sometimes it changes so quickly, like the Powell pivot, from letting the balance sheet run off, raising interest rates maybe 3 or 4 times, more times, and then literally changing to basically doing QE again, and cutting rates 3 times so far. So yeah, you can see things change, and this year I think is definitely going to be a year of change, and a fast change, like whipsaw changing, not necessarily one directional change, not like in just one way, but I think we're going to have big rallies up and big rallies down in various markets. Yeah, so there's definitely I think 2020 is going to be a trader's year. I think it's not going to be, I don't think it's going to be like 2019 when it can't be like 2019 where it was a case of just buy the S&P and there's your 35%, 30 whatever percent gains for the year. And then any other sort of trading strategy, you just, if that's your benchmark, what can you do? You can't beat that. But I think this year is going to be very different. Yeah, so there you go, guys. Thanks a lot for listening. Hope that was informative for you guys. More videos coming soon. Appreciate you guys listening to my videos. Yeah, if you can like, leave comments, ask me any questions or anything like that, then yeah, I'm more than happy to answer those. So yeah, thanks for listening, guys, and I will speak to you soon.